Good morning, guys. Where are you this time of day? It is 5:39 a.m. Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. 15 days into the new year, guys. And it feels a little bit different than 2024, which felt a little bit different than 2020. Guys, what's going on with the phenomena of people falling in love or thinking a celebrity is somebody who MURDER'd somebody else or two other people? Guys, Wade Wilson, the guy with all the stickers on his face, they're not stickers, they're tattoos. You know the funny part about it? He didn't have any face tattoos when he went into the jail, but he got him in jail. How does that happen? I worked in a jail. I know how that shit happens. Then you got somebody like Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who's another phenomena, who, at the very least, groomed somebody who is mentally challenged, emotionally challenged, who is on the spectrum, groomed them for 2 years to unalive their mom because she said that was the only way that they could be together, right? And somehow he's not the hero, he's still the villain. But yet, she talked him into it. So he took her out of that. What do we do? What is it that people do that makes somebody like Wade Wilson popular and somebody like Gypsy Rose popular? Do we really not have any talent? Do we really not have anybody that goes, oh my God, what a fantastic athlete, let's support them? Or, oh my God, what a great actor. Or, oh my God, a person that changed for the better the way that we think or feel, or somebody that, gave up something for the better. Like, what happened with that? What? It's funny because Radiant Brit, who I like, Radiant Brit, she's just so calm, cool, and collective, and she went ahead and I love her nose ring. And, I wish I could get away with it. I used to have one. But now I feel like I'm too old and people just laugh at me. Say, you're trying to get young again. I can't get young again. But anyway, seriously. So Radiant Brit came and she was talking about, didn't see the whole video, but people actually joining a membership to be a part of Gypsy's TikTok. How ridiculous. Mom, can I have $2 a month so that I could join a membership to be a fan of Gypsy Rose Blanchard? The woman that groomed Nick Godejohn to unaliving her mom at the very least, even though I really think she had something to do with it. Mom, please, $2 a month. I'll work really hard for it. Are you serious? Are you serious? Or we could get better and say, Dad, instead of waiting till you die to give me your money, can I have $70,000 of it now so I could give it to Wade Wilson? Wade Wilson, the guy that unalived 2 women in the most brutal of fashions. What the hell is going on? And I want to be transparent for those that don't know. My late ex-wife, I met in jail. When I was the commissary manager, my ex, Jennifer, was not my ex at the time. I met her in jail. Nothing happened between the two of us until she got out of jail, and it was complete 9 months later. So there was no real relationship. There was writing to each other, never touched each other, but there was writing to each other, and there were plans for a future that we did see to fruition. And we stayed together about 7 years. She was in there for drugs. She wasn't in there for unaliving anybody. She wasn't in there for any kind of violent act. But I want to be clear on that. I can understand somebody having feelings for somebody, catching feelings, but how they act upon it is totally different. How people are running or had ran to Wade Wilson. If anybody has not heard the phone calls from prison, phone calls from Wade Wilson, or the YouTube street phone calls that are from phone calls from prison, or the Jumpsuit Pablo phone calls, which are from phone calls from prison, those Wade Wilson phone calls, Zav Girl has got a bunch of messages. AG Tactical's covering it. Guys, women. He had over $90,000 in his GoFundMe or his Fundly or whatever it was. After admitting to the crime that he did, he still had people, women, waiting in line to win a phone call so that he could talk to them. He had some sort of raffle going. Guys, first of all, this shit shouldn't be happening in a jail, right? Is that fair to say it shouldn't be happening in a jail? He's in prison now. He's in prison now, totally misbehaving. He's going to end up unalive before his date to unalive because the deputies are going to be so sick of this guy, or he's going to take himself out because he's OD'd a couple times, Wade Wilson. Allegedly, supposedly, but he has. He has. He's had issues in there, you know, and he deserves to have issues in there. What I don't understand is why people are giving him money, why he has a fan club. What is going on? What is happening that made Ryan write to Gypsy? That made all these women with Wade Wilson? The culture of our society has like morphed into something warped. So over 20 women were on phone calls with Wade Wilson. Over 20 women were probably proposed to by him. He played and manipulated and was allowed to manipulate all these women into thinking that they had this future with... Now, who has a future with somebody who's doing life? That's what I want to know. Who has a future with somebody who was convicted of life and admitted to unaliving 2 people? And then you see a video where he says, you know, I'll tell you where the body is if you give me a cheeseburger from Mickey D's. So how is that? How did they become the new rock stars, the new celebrities, what is missing in our society that these are the people that we are now fans of? I am not. Gypsy Rose has a fan base of 9.8 million people. Now, granted and fine, I know that more people are watching for the train wreck than they are for support. But they're supporting her in the meantime. And there are people that are really sending money and gifting her stuff, right? There are people that are members of whatever it is. And then you see kids unaliving their moms because they didn't get a cell phone, because they got angry. And it's almost become normalized. Just like the school SHOOTINGs. Just like that. This has too. With people like Wade Wilson being celebrities. Wade Wilson! Dad, I'm in love with Wade Wilson. No, not Deadpool Wade Wilson. Not that guy. That guy is so brutal and horrible. Haven't you seen the movies? I'm in love with the guy with the tattoos on his face. He's going to put one with my name on it right there. If you haven't heard some of these phone calls with these women that are planning a future with Wade Wilson, who is not going to breathe free air again. People that have donated thousands and thousands of dollars. One person alone I know donated $20,000 to a convicted unaliver of 2 women that did absolutely nothing wrong. And people waiting in line to marry Gypsy Rose. Guys, I'm missing something here that I just don't understand. And yet we have these Son of Sam laws. We're so broken. We are so broken. And you can't write this. Imagine just calling your friend. Guess what? I got plans for my future. It's kind of a long distance relationship because I can't live with him right now. He lives on his own. I trust him. He's not doing anything wrong. He can't. You know how I know he can't? Because he's incarcerated. He can't be with anybody, including me. Come on, guys. it is a safe relationship. And I've said this before. People get involved with people in jail, really, especially people that are doing that kind of time, because it's a safe relationship. They know where their partner is. Their heart is safe with them because they really can't cheat on them. They really know where they're at all the time. They're always happy to get a phone call. They usually get a lot of mail because the person incarcerated is bored and they live for anything besides being incarcerated. So anything that could take them out for that moment, whether it be on the phone, whether it be watching a movie, any of that. That's exactly what it is. So they are waiting, and in their imagination, it's like reading a book more or less, but I can't imagine Wade Wilson sitting there really honestly reading a book and taking him out of his... But he's even had people, just so you know, he's even had people be drug mules for him and bring into the jail and throw over the jail and get caught and end up doing time for him. How do you give somebody that much control over you? How are you in love with somebody like that when all you know about them is that they were charged for unaliving 2 women? How do you feel safe? Somebody help me understand that. I understand the whole thing about your heart feeling safe when you're with somebody who's incarcerated, because really they're always there. You don't have to worry about them cheating on you, like I said. And they look forward to your phone call. They're always calling you baby and everything. And you're putting money on their books so they keep kissing your ass. And I get that. Because you're afraid of getting hurt. So you want to give your heart to somebody that, you can't expect that much from. Right? That's just the truth. You can't expect that much from them. So I understand that. But you got to look at that. And you got to get past that. Because if you're going to give your heart to somebody, the person's got to be worthy of the heart. Wade Wilson? Man, that man's probably thinking about having sexual intercourse with you and the most brutal way, and then, just squeezing your neck. Why do you think you're any different than the 2 women he unalived? Though I don't think, and I want to make this clear, I don't think he had sex with Diane Ruiz. Just so that's clear. That woman, he just asked for directions. Then he talked her into he would give her a ride. And then when she went to get out of the car, he wouldn't let her. She did nothing wrong. The other person was sleeping. That's Wade Wilson, guys. Check him out. Phone calls from prison. Guys, how does that become a thing? How do we get fan clubs? And I know that, Ted Bundy, had his fan club. And I know it was because he was so good looking. I had a friend that wrote to Ted Bundy, believe it or not. And she was a kid at the time, and he wrote back. I know this. 100% I know this. So... So, while incarcerated, Wade Wilson scamming people out of money. Gypsy scammed the system and then manipulated everything to make her mom look awful with the help of her lawyer. Yeah, I think we're in a little bit of trouble. Think you're in trouble. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Food for thought. What are you thinking? What are you eating? Guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always be kind. See you at 2 p.m. today. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to start reading the Shari Frankie book about her mother. All right, guys. See you then. Take care.